Catastrophe has struck, partner. We are ruined. Ruined!
Don't panic. Tell me what happened.
A cart came back from the Boon Pit, half-wrecked, with a dozen mangled bodies. The horse pulling the cart was the only survivor, and it does not speak. Town full of rotten mages, and not one can get answers from a horse.
I'll check it out. You keep interrogating that horse.
I knew I could depend on you. Just like old times, partner.
Aveline, what's in your mirror?
What do you mean?
In your mirror? What do you see?
A warrior? A wife? All the mistakes I made to get here and make it right. Why? What have you decided to see?
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Cracks, mostly. Maybe I'll borrow yours sometime, if that's all right.
It's all right.
Feel free to look at my merchandise. If you've the coin.
Aveline, you'll look after Hawke, won't you?
Of course I will. What kind of a question is that?
What about Varric and Anders? You'll watch out for them too?
Meryl, what brought this on?
Anything could happen. You'll protect them, though. It's what you do.
There's nothing to worry about, Meryl.
The merchants here keep trying to sell me shoes. I'm not sure why.
leave that alone.
That note mentioned the Gem of Karoshik. What's that?
It's nothing. Never mind.
If you're worried about who sent the note, I can go in your place.
Did I ask for that? I don't know who sent it, and I don't want to. I lost everything chasing that gem. Our fortune, our home, even Mara.
I would have put our wealth into something profitable, like Orlesian wigs or Nugskin coats.
Our? Get this, you self-righteous ass. You got no claim on that coin. Why don't you head back to your fancy house in Hightown and stay out of my damn business?
Strange. I always thought I'd wind up arresting you someday.
If I ever decide to get caught, Aveline, you'll be the guard I let catch me.
If you think that was bad, I should tell you about the Black Marsh.
See, when you say things like that, Blondie, it just makes me glad I didn't know you sooner. Who goes to a place named Black Marsh on purpose? Now, they called it Beer Marsh. No, still doesn't work.
You've got a point. The marsh part does cancel out anything else. Flower Marsh, Kitten Marsh. No, no good. Ah, you've got company. I'll see you later.
Hawk, what can I do for you?
What was Anders here for?
Only place in Kirkwall he can get a decent drink. Blondie comes by here and I put him on my tab. He's got some stories about his days in Ferelden that sound implausible, even to me. He's not bad for a mage. Crazy, but that's most everyone in this city.
I wouldn't say no to a pint.
I should make you buy the drinks, oh champion of Kirkwall.
So, what's the word in Lowtown, Varric?
Nothing you don't know already. The Viscount's departure, a vacuum of power, troubles brewing. Get rid of one thread and another appears. I'm starting to think this city's in love with Crisis. Hope you're ready for it, my friend. I'm keeping Bianca close.
You should have this back.
Twine? When did I loan...
Everything here is cold. Hard stone. I wish I'd worn shoes with soles now. This place is so dismal.
Are you certain it's her?
An elf matching your description on the ship you named. And alone, as far as I could tell.
I need to know if it's a trap.
I did as you asked, Fenris. Now it's up to you. You talk to him, Hawk. I've had my fill for today.
Venhidis, first of us.
Maybe it's just me, but I'd swear you're upset.
It's my sister. I didn't tell you, but I followed up on Hadriana's information. Everything she said was true. I had to keep it quiet, but I eventually contacted Verania and sent her coin enough to come meet me. And now she's here.
She was in Corinus after all.
My sister left Magister Ahriman's service, and I found her in Minrathous. That made things more difficult. But according to the men I paid, it's just as Hadriana said. She's not a slave. She's a tailor, in fact. Getting a letter to her was difficult, and she didn't believe me at first. But she's finally come.
You're worried Daenerys knows?
The more it seems he doesn't know, the more certain I become he does. Come with me, Hawk. I need you there when I meet her.
Where is she?
If we go to the Hanged Man during the day, she'll be there, for the next week at least. It would mean a lot to me. That's all I ask.
You think I don't know the City Guard is just another arm of the Templars?
That is completely unfair.
If they show up here, I'll know who to blame. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that. I just can't be too careful. Now that the Knight Commander has basically appointed herself Viscount.
Between ruling the city and torturing mages, it's a wonder she has time to keep that sword so shiny.
She has nearly crushed the flame of hope for mages here. The Mage Underground is all but destroyed, and those left have turned to blood magic as their only option, which Meredith knows will prevent any chance of the public taking their side.
You don't think that kind of proves her point?
The Blight was stopped only with the aid of 2 mages, one an apostate. But it makes no difference. The Chantry set us on this path long ago. It would take something truly catastrophic to change people's thinking now.
Do you think we'll win? Win what? In the end, it feels like something will end. We'll win. Go down! We'll win. Hopefully makes a good story come true.
Are you the ones who sent the note about the Gem of Karoshe?
We were beginning to think you wouldn't show. It's rude to keep people waiting, you know? It's not like I don't got things to do.
To inconvenience an upstanding citizen such as yourself. My, where are my manners?
Don't talk down to me. I ain't stupid. See, we was hired to give you a note. But this Gem of Kirashek thing the note talks about, we decided we want that instead. You better hand it over.
You have 3 seconds before I start slicing off your toes.
You wasn't listening. We want the gem. Even if we got to kill you for it.
Isn't there a mallet hanging on the wall in Gamlen's house? Could I suggest that we never come here again?
Alone in the dark. And that's how we like it. Is there a story behind Bianca?
There's a story behind everything, Daisy.
So tell me.
I can't.
Why not?
There was a girl, and I made a promise. Bianca is the only story I can never tell.
The first in... Do you never intend to give a public answer, Your Grace?
What have I been asked?
About the mages. You could calm this fire if you stepped forward.
The Chantry's teachings are clear.
Those who turn against them would not listen more to me than to Andraste.
Mage this, Templar that. Is there anywhere in Kirkwall people don't talk about this?
No. And I've looked, believe me. Even the rats in Darktown are following this mess.
Really? Which side are they on?
About a third support the Templars, a third are pro-mage, and the rest support more cheese for both sides.
The last time mages rebelled against the Chantry, they ended up ruling Tevinter. Should we just ignore them?
This isn't Tevinter. I did not expect things to deteriorate so fast. I thought after the Canary, no one would wish for more violence. It has drawn more attention than I would like. Sebastian, if I can ask...
Anything, Your Grace.
And the champion, too, if you will?
I am your humble servant.
You honor me. The Divine is concerned about the situation here. She does not want to see the Free Marches become another Imperium. She has sent an agent to assess the danger. Meet with her, please. Tell her drastic measures won't be required.
I don't want to see the Divine's armies march against Kirkwall.
Could we keep the Exalted marching to a minimum? I keep all my stuff in Kirkwall.
Surely the Divine wouldn't treat the whole city as enemies.
She is concerned. It is never wise to draw the concern of the powerful.
She is the voice of Andraste. She cannot turn the might of the Chantry against the innocent due to proximity.
Were no innocents harmed in the Exalted marches? She will do her best, Sebastian. But she must act first to protect the faith.
What can you tell me about this servant of the Divine?
I was not told her real name. Only to call her Sister Nightingale. She is said to be the Divine's left hand, sent to do work that might blacken the Divine's name.
What argument would convince her?
The Divine has heard my protests already. I must trust your own powers of persuasion now.
This cannot wait.
Thank you. We cannot allow this ridiculous mage rebellion to turn into holy war.
The agent, Sister Nightingale, will be waiting in the Viscount's throne room tonight. She wishes to remain unseen. The room has been sealed since the Canary incident. It may be difficult to get in without attracting attention.
You're too quiet, Varric.
I'm thinking of switching to romances. Nothing? Not even a foreboding frown?
I am content. Write what you will.
Well, that certainly takes the fun out of it. Contentment in the barracks? Who'll pay to hear that shit?
And I should have thought of it years ago. Guardsmen, duties for the week will be...
Lowtown canvas. 5 on, 3 off.
City perimeter by 2s. Clear by 2nd watch.
Training recruits full metal by week's end.
Anything else, Captain?
No. Thank you. Donicus. A good man. I'm sorry, was there something you wanted?
You never said how your 3 weeks in Orlais went.
You're right. I didn't.
So how was it? Oh!
Anything else?
Your men could give the Templars a run for their sovereigns.
They've had to. As long as there's no Viscount, the Order thinks they can bark at any man in uniform. I won't have it. The people of Kirkwall need to see themselves in their guard. Lose that connection, we're just targets.
Kirkwall seems to have rallied around you.
I try to keep order, and people appreciate that. Everything else is going insane. A few complaints here and there, but for the most part, I think everyone's just glad the guard has been stable for a few years.
Just checking in. Need anything?
Yes, there's something. Come back soon. I'll get into it then.
I'll see you later.
Of course, Hawk.
Hello again, champion.
You're part of the Amell family, aren't you? I had a report coming.
Well, look who it is. You. The you. If you don't mind, I could do with a significant reduction in the amount of attention this office receives. A visit from the champion is something of the opposite.
I sense I am unwelcome in the halls of power.
Power? I am just the hand on the seal, waxing what I'm told. Now I'm trapped under Templar scrutiny, waiting for them to note how easily I might be replaced.
And it isn't going well?
It is not going well.
I can apply influence in many ways, you know.
Do the words political maelstrom mean anything to you? The Templars are particularly sensitive about destabilizing elements, especially after what happened to Dumas.
The Arashok killed the Viscount, but he's no longer a problem.
There are older hatreds that the Templars feel deserve more central focus. Sometimes I wonder if we're at war with ourselves.
There is no one to carry the last Viscount's line.
You presided over Seamus's death. That was the sad end of the Dumas. When a line is judged unfit or ends, we appoint from Kirkwall's elite. Or we would, if the situation was normal. But it is not.
Who nominates a new Viscount?
A consensus of the nobility, normally, and a willing nominee. Both are lacking, and I can't fault it. These are difficult times.
Could I nominate someone, or do it myself?
Anyone who thinks to take this office needs more than popular support. They need particular support. You are many things, champion, but not this. Not yet, anyway.
Since when are city leaders appointed by the Knight Commander?
Meredith would not openly declare a preference. The rule of Kirkwall is deliberately separate from the Chantry's will. But the Order embodies security in Kirkwall, and they want the new Viscount to be more accepting of oversight. Anyone who wants to rule Kirkwall needs support from the Templars. That is the new truth of this city.
What happens if they don't like the choice?
Do you know how Viscount Dumas' predecessor, Perrin Threnhold, left office? He was a tyrant, certainly. But his rule was not ended until he actively sought to expel the Templars. The good of all is inexorably tied to what is good for the Templars.
I'll leave you to it, but I'm easy to find if you need me.
Good. Thank you. My door is always closed. That's all I need. The champion.
You're in my light. Do I come to wake you up?
How much?
How longer do I have to wait? Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
That ruckus has been going on for some time. Can you calm him down?
Hightown is such a strange place. It feels like it's miles away from everywhere else. Alienage, Sundermount, Ferelden. Those could be from a dream. Ah, Marvinan, I didn't see you there. I'm going to visit the Alienage. Do you want anything from Lowtown?
Are you close to many of the people in the alienage?
No, not really. I think most of them don't even know my name. I'm stopping by my house for a bit, that's all. I've left some things undone there. I'll be back later.
If you'd just move in all your stuff, you wouldn't have to keep going there.
It's better if some things stay away from this house. Back before dark, I promise. I'm sorry about your mama. I will miss her.
I'm sure the furniture's very sorry for whatever it did, old boy. All right, let's see.
Please don't open the door.
You've caught a burglar. Oh, good boy.
My legs are cramping. Please, just let me go.
You expect me to just let you walk out of here?
Please, Sarah. I was seduced by a crime at a very young age, but your guard monster has scared me towards a path of honest work.
I'll give you to the count of 5 before I sick my Mabari on you.
What? Surely you wouldn't.
1.
But...
2. 3, 4, 5. Make sure our guest leaves quickly. Rana's a patient music teacher, but Meryl should really just stick to magic.
come on, Daisy. You shouldn't be stuck in this rat trap. Does Hawk even know you're here?
I don't have to ask permission to come to my own house, Varric.
Just take a walk around the Lowtown Market. Get some air, and I'll stop bothering you.
I know you mean well, but I have too much to do right now.
I'll let you talk some sense into her, Hawk.
Varric is very sweet. Frequently infuriating and a terrible busybody, but sweet. I probably should have told Bodan where I was going. I hope I didn't worry you.
Meryl, is there anything that doesn't make you nervous? Flowers and bunnies, maybe?
What about poison flowers? Or dire bunnies? In the market the other day, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw Tamlin. I blinked, and he was gone. I don't know what it meant. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'm going mad. I miss them all. Even the Keeper.
I'm sure the Keeper would like to see you again.
I'm sure she would. She loves to lecture. I bet her new first appreciates that. I wish I could have seen it. It doesn't matter. I'm here now. Maybe Varric was right. Shall we go out for a bit? I could use some sunshine.
I'm going to be trying something, and I thought you'd want to be part of it. You've been right all along. What I did with Justice was unnatural. It should never have happened.
I'm glad you finally understand that.
I can't help mages like this. Not while I am everything the Templars fear about magic. I need to be free of this curse.
I've never heard of anyone getting unpossessed.
I've spent the past 3 years researching the methods of Tevinter Magisters. They're the only ones who have ever sought to reverse spirit possession, not just behead the victims. I believe I have a formula for a potion that can separate Justice and me, without killing either.
Is it dangerous?
There are always dangers with magic. But I believe this will be worth the cost.
Surely that's worth any risk it entails.
I knew you'd stand behind me in this. Even if...
What?
Nothing. I've gathered most of what I need, but there are some outlandish ingredients I was hoping you'd help me collect. A powder the Tevinters call Celepetre, and a small amount of Drakestone.
Is it just a potion? Is there anything more to this ritual?
No, no ritual. Just mix the ingredients up and... boom. Justice and I are free. And we can take our rightful place among free mages.
What is Drakestone?
The Tevinters used to mine it for their apothecaries. There should still be deposits in the Bone Pit.
Where would we find Celepetre?
It's a crystal that forms from concentrated manure and urine.
Ew. We can't just buy it somewhere.
It's not used by mages here. There's no reason for any merchant to stock it. I suggest we search the sewers. There's an entrance not far from here in Darktown.
We're not looking for virgin's blood or the tongue of a hanged man or anything, are we?
Well, you know Tevinters. They can't throw a Wintersend party without a human sacrifice or two. But I promise, everything in my research says there's no blood magic involved.